currently, Wisconsin estimates their deer population based on square miles of deer range in a unit. And I know one of the things up in your part of the state is what the department looks at as deer range would probably be very minimal in northeastern Wisconsin, but they have in some areas a tremendous population of deer. I think the definition of what is deer range needs to be looked at, because I live just outside the city limits of Madison. I had 1 hour to hunt last night. I saw 3 bucks in that 1 hour, killed the third one I saw. Half a mile from the city limits of Madison. Not very good deer range, but there's a lot of deer there.
Yeah. That's very much one of the things we're going to look at. And I've seen definitions of deer range in December, the first week of December, I'm going to be hunting Kansas, and those deer there are going to be surprised to know that they're not living in deer range. So, yes, we're going to look at that. That's one of those things where, you know, the jargon of our profession, you know, square miles of deer range versus square miles can create some public misconception.
It has created a lot of confusion.
I'll put the exclamation point on that, because I live right next to the Mead Wildlife, right close to Stevens Point. There's 30 to 33,000 acres there. I had my camera in I own an 80, adjacent to 33,000 acres of public hunting, and I went 3 days without getting a picture of a deer. Right on the best deer trail I got in my 80, it's that bad. But everybody goes to shoot an antlerless deer at the Mead. It's exactly what Al said. And this is prime deer habitat. It was started for that. I don't know what we can do, but something has to be done.
And to go off of just 2 other comments, just one of the things that we've asked for years, if you look at the state, you actually have 3 different, or you could have 3 different models. The northern forest there's a lot of big, vast, just chunks of public land, and you can manage that. The southern third of the state is almost all private land, which is another issue for people that don't have land. But that's just private land. They're private owners. You can manage that in a different way. The problem is, I'm also from around just Stevens Point. The problem you have in the central part of the states and some other parts is you don't have, the meat is big, but it's all, it's all intertwined. You got the Dewey, you got the Buena Vista, you got a lot of public land, but it's all mixed in with private. And it's a management just nice. It's a nightmare because it's almost impossible, like Al said, to manage your 80 or 120 when there may be 40 guys on the 40 acres right next to you that's public land that's going to shoot anything that comes across it. Right. Do you see it as feasible? I guess this is a broad question. To have 3 different models on how to just manage that.
82.6% of your land is private. Private landowner is something that has to be really considered. It's all about habitat. Somebody asked me in an interview a while ago and said, you said sometime that it was habitat. That's right. And so you've got a big base that controls the habitat. You've got issues on your public lands in forest health that we need to look at. Working with the private landowners, like Dave did in Mississippi, is an important part of this. That intermix you've got between public and private land creates some really big problems. But there's more than one model to be looked at.